Sports fans, join the Rod Squad newsletter today. Stay ahead of the game with exclusive insights, updates, contests, and exclusive content delivered straight to your inbox. Sign up for free today at rodpedersen.com. Well, I love the Western Canadian Baseball League. Spent my first season in it last summer, planning on doing it again in 2025. The president is Kvame out of Lethbridge, and they just wrapped up their winter meetings in Saskatoon. I was following it closely through their social media channels. I'll say, Kevin, Merry Christmas. Welcome back to the RP Show. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, Rod. How are you?
Sounds good. Like it's always good to see you.
Warm weather down there.
Oh, yeah. We're going to play some hockey in the ballpark. I don't know if you saw that. The Panthers are going to be playing at the Marlins next year. So, yeah, that's pretty exciting.
You do it at Dodger Stadium.
What can you...
Surely they've got down there.
Yeah, just about every ballpark seems like they've had it, or at least that have an NHL team in town. What can you tell us out of your winter meetings in Saskatoon last week that your fans should know?
Well, probably the most significant thing that the fans are going to see is a little bit of speed up rules that the governor's passed. So we've adopted a limited number of visits during the game, with similar to Major League Baseball rules. There is going to be a minimum number of batters when a new pitcher goes into the game. That's the same as Major League Baseball has. So just some of those type of things to try to, maybe cut down the length of the games just a bit to maybe see the fans see them to the end of the game, sometimes a little bit more.
Yeah, there were some long nights for sure last summer, but overall, it was fantastic. And I talked to my guy, Joe, with the Moose Jaw Miller Express. I'm like, what does the league really need to do for marketing? Kevin, the ballparks were all jammed all summer long. Like, I know business can always be better, but that was a hell of a year. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it was a tremendous year. We hit record attendance again. Granted, we could use some of that weather you're experiencing down there in late May and June that would help attendance even more. But, things like that we just don't have control over. So we have to find other ways to get people in the park that time of year. And then when the summer months hit, the summer, those 25, 30-degree days, people, what better place can you go to and have a cool one and watch a great ball game and have some fun with your friends?
Probably the best bang for your buck for sports in Western Canada is the Western Canadian Baseball League, and nobody would argue that. Now, one of your last appearances on here, because you've done a few, you dropped the expansion bomb, and people still bring it up. I'm sure you get it too. Anything new on that front? Some cities that have approached the league about getting in on this?
There's, I think I call them tire kickers. I always call it that. There's nothing imminent. We always have our radar up, trying to look at locations that might be a fit. Obviously, we're not going to go outside of our footprint very far, because you don't want to add much more travel to the long trips we have already. So we have to be very cognizant of that. But there are areas in the prairies that could sustain a team under the right circumstances and with the right mix of community and business partners together.
Some of those markets you mentioned, and I won't name them here, but people said they don't even have ballparks yet. So is this like way down the line thinking? Or is it like a year or two down the line you could expand potentially?
Yeah, I think some markets could be, 2 to 3 years down the road. Other markets, there's going to have to be community engagement to want to build a ballpark. It doesn't have to be to the degree of Siemens Stadium or the new ballpark in Spruce Grove or Sylvan Lake or any of the big ones. But a nice community little ballpark that seats 1,500 people is in some communities very sufficient for this level of play and the league itself.
We should mention the Saskatoon Berries. We have a lot of viewers in Saskatoon. They were an expansion club last year, sold out almost every game. Did fall to Moose Jaw in the division final, I'll point out. But did it exceed expectations up there, Kevin? Or did you think this was possible, what they did last
year? Just from how they came into the league, as an organization, the experience that team has in the sports industry, I think that we all felt it was going to be a very big success right out of the gate. I think that even exceeded our expectations, what they managed to do in Saskatoon. And, we remain completely thrilled with their first year. And they bring a level of professionalism to the League Board of Governors table that can help us, navigate challenging things that we have to deal with. And, they're a really positive addition to the league in so many ways.
Let's not forget, the players are the stars. And I get in so much trouble breaking news that teams and leagues don't want me breaking. So I think I can say Carter Beck's going to be back in 2025. That's what he told me. And the fact that he will be back, he was the All-Star Game MVP. You were there. I was with you. Can you imagine? I think the Berries are going higher.
Yeah, I mean, he was obviously he was he got 2 awards in the league in the league for the year, the top Canadian and the Rookie of the Year. I think we saw his potential coming up. Saskatoon managed to get him signed with them, and he's those local stars are so important to teams. The kids just thrive around the local Saskatchewan or Alberta players that are on their local teams, and they just they become celebrities. And Carter is right now the face of the 57, or not the 57s, the Berries.
The Berries. Almost the face of the league, and I'm glad that we can confirm that he's coming back. But hey, you say, yeah, well, local, for sure.
You never know. I mean, the idea is to get him to another level, and if that other level happens, he's going to be in much bigger uniforms in years to come. So how fast that happens, we'll see.
Yeah, currently starring at Indiana State, and they're saying will be the next Saskatchewan player to play in the majors, and I've seen him. It looks like he can make it happen. Anything that you'd like to get out, Kevin, before I let you go?
I think one of the exciting things we have going this coming year is we've started a new program called the Rural Roots Game. And this is going to be kind of like our mini version of the Field of Dreams game that they hold in Iowa. We're going to try to move it around each year to a historical location in the league and or in baseball in our footprint, and put on a regular season WCBL game with 2 of our franchises. This year we're going to the huge metropolis of Oyen, Alberta, right there on just off the Saskatchewan-Alberta border, where the Oyen Pronghorns labored in the days of the Saskatchewan Major Baseball League, one of our predecessors that we have changed the names on over the years. But the Lethbridge Bulls and the Sylvan Lake Gulls are going to be playing that game on June the 8th as part of a big community festival in Oyen, Alberta. And it's going to be celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Oyen Pronghorns SMBL Championship.
I did not know that, so I got to give one of these a ring of the bell, and that's fantastic, Kevin.
Breaking news, Rob.
Yeah, exactly. Breaking news on the RP show. Well, thank you for dropping that, and Kevin, I think you're the coolest dude, man. I always enjoy chatting with you. Merry Christmas, and I look forward to seeing you in the new year.
Yeah, great, Rod. Thanks for having me. Take care. Happy holidays.
You bet. You too. Kevin Kvame, the president of the Canadian Baseball League. Breaking news. That's big news in Alberta. We'll be right back with a rest of a sports update and viewer takeover in a moment. We're live on Game Plus Television, streaming live, and, of course, podcasts wherever the best podcasts are.